the cast of Julie and the Phantoms, and we're hanging with J14.
Woo!
Ooh.
So basically, this was like our last day, and we got like this really nice cake, right? And on that day, we started like throwing cake in each other's faces, which was really fun. I like that. Here's a picture of me doing it to Jer.
Yeah. I think me and Charlie tried Owen, but he was too tall for me to hit. Charlie got me. I got Charlie. Charlie got Jeremy. Nice.
He's a gentle giant.
There's really, I mean, there were so many moments. I mean, every day had its moments, really. It was one of the best experiences. I mean, I think we were laughing all day long. Like, I mean, unless it was like the 20th hour on set and we were slowly dying and crumbling. I mean, there was usually smiles the entire time from Kenny, from everyone. So.
Yeah, there's a few moments that are just very funny. It's in the context of like how we shoot scenes with our visual effects that always make me laugh. And there's one where me and the boys are up on top of this like marquee on the Orpheum, and in the bit, which I wasn't told about until like 3 hours before, but in the bit, I was supposed to like poof in and not have my shoes on, and then I'd be like, oh, pooping is easy for you guys, but I lost my shoes on that one, and then my shoes would have pooped in. But right before, they're like, oh, the framing doesn't really work for it, so we're going to have you lose your shirt. And I'm like, I have a shirt in the scene? What? And then I tried to do like 50 crunches right in a row before we started shooting. But I'm on top of this like marquee. It's nighttime. It's super cold. And there's all these people on the street down below just watching this, and in the middle of the scene, when you have to do this visual effect, they say freeze, and so Charlie and Owen are both just staring at me for like a minute and a half because I have to take off the jacket, put on the shirt, and I have this harness on me that's keeping us from falling off the ledge, so it takes like a minute and a half just to get the stupid shirt back on over everything, and they're just literally staring at me like this for like a minute and a half.
And another one to add to that. Okay, so later that scene, we poof down, right? And then there's this, and then Owen bumps into somebody. And, well, that somebody was only filmed, like, towards the end of set. And Owen had to be there. So me and Jer, like, we went back to my place, and we, like, were walking around. And my sister was in town as well, but then we decided to just go see set because what else do you have to do? So we go see set. And they didn't see us yet. So Jer and I, while they were filming, walk in the background with our jackets and stuff. And that's gonna be one of the, I don't know what the video is of it, but it was so good. We were like, do we do it?
You guys thought you outsmarted everyone by switching jackets. Like that was gonna stump them. Like
they won't be able to recognize us. Give each other's jackets.
And we walked through, and Charlie had, the only other difference is Charlie had this little fisherman's hat on, and we walked back through with like some shopping bags. And then afterwards, somebody might have noticed, but one of the ADs like saw us walking back the other way, and they're like, what are you doing? And we're like, and then Charlie's like, nothing. The most obvious that we did something we weren't supposed to ever.
I remember someone coming in with a clipboard and kind of calling off names, and everyone was just kind of leaving one at a time. And then it was just us four, and we were sitting on the couch. And then she goes, "They want to see you one more time." And we went out there, and then I remember watching I remember being like, why are they doing this? And then seeing all the executives' phones. All of Netflix just kind of go like this. They just kind of held their phone out, and I was like, what's going on? And then, you know, usually when you do an audition, you hear 10 days later, hey, you got the part. But Kenny stood up and said, you guys are the band.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Were you excited?
It was weird. It didn't hit me at first.
Yeah. It was so surreal. I don't think, like, you go through that type of process and you're just expecting to hear about it later or whatever. And so then they're like, you're the band, like, you're excited, but it's also so surreal. And then also very quickly you're like, oh, I'm going to be spending a lot of time with these people, so we should probably get to know each other. I think Owen and Charlie went out and literally hung out that night afterwards. It was, yeah. And then throughout the rehearsal process afterwards, we all became very close very quickly. I think we all went out for our actual roles. There was never a time when it was like, oh, they like this, but they want to see you for this person. And I think, honestly, that's part of the casting team and Kenny, like they pretty much knew really well who would fit for what roles, even from honestly day one, and then they just kind of accentuated that and pushed that even farther. So I think as far as our personalities fitting our roles and who got what, I think it was pretty perfect.
La Patura Heart, the way to do it.
Ah.
I love those guys. Those are the casting directors, by the way.
Yeah.
No.